Right, so hey guys, man, it's Reggie guys. Hey guys, I'm gonna give you guys my Barcelona versus Napoli match preview. So for me, this game is a crucial game for Barcelona because we have to win this game in order to progress to the quarterfinals. Okay, whereas Napoli, on the other hand, they have to go for at least a draw here because anything except a draw, basically, if they lose this game, they're definitely not going to make it through. They have to get at least a draw here, and this is a game in which is very interesting because for me, both teams this season have been very disappointing. Okay, Napoli this season won't even be in Europe next season. They've sacked their manager, Carlo Ancelotti, and Gennaro Gattuso has come in. And while they've done a lot better under Gattuso. They haven't been up to the level where they should be. Because, like I said before, guys, Napoli for me should be in the Champions League. They should finish in the top four. They shouldn't be finishing seventh. Okay, whereas Barcelona, well, guess what? We didn't win a single trophy this season. We came second in the league. We pretty much handed the title to Real Madrid, and we never really looked like we were going to ever overthrow Real Madrid. And it wasn't like Real Madrid were all really impressive all over the season. It was only, I would say, after the restart they really started to look like a well-drilled machine. And so for me, we basically gave the title to Real Madrid with our own inconsistencies, the fact that we had a lot of struggles away from home. And we just haven't been the Barcelona that we know. Sacking Ernesto Valverde, bringing Kike Setien. There's been a lot of uncertainty. Setien's future may be over. He might only be here for half a season if he doesn't win the Champions League. That's what reports are stating. And it's just been a huge mess right now, what's going on with FC Barcelona. The fact that we're in this position that we have to look at the Champions League as the only way to redeem this season. Because if we win the Champions League, it would make everything else forgettable. Everyone will look at the season as a success. Whereas if we don't win the Champions League, this will be a trophyless season. Okay? And I've always stated right now that changing managers midway through the season is always a risk. It's never a guaranteed success. Okay? Some teams can maybe do really, really well. It's not a guaranteed thing. Okay? And I just want to make this clear that if we were so invested in our trophy so much, then why didn't we sack Valverde at the beginning of the season? I feel like that preseason was the perfect time to sack him after the Anfield debacle. And certainly, if that wasn't enough, after the Valencia debacle, it should have been it. I don't know why on the earth we stayed with Valverde until January. That was a really bad idea on the Barcelona board here. So, anyways, enough of that. Let's go on to the Let's go talk about the previous time we faced Napoli. In that first leg, we drew 1-1. And even though I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't win the game, we got in a crucial away goal, which is so much different, because if we had lost the first leg 1-0, we would have to overturn a deficit. We would have to keep a clean sheet probably and win at least by a 2-goal margin. And you guys know Barcelona defensively isn't that good, Defensively, we have conceded too many goals this season. Our defenders are nowhere near the defenders we should have. Our defenders are aging. PK is aging, guys, and our defenders just don't have the stamina and the stamina to play for a full 90 minutes. Our players are too old, and this is such a huge problem for us because not only do we not make tackles, we give the opposition too much space and too much time. And when you give that much space and time, then majority of the time, they're always going to save and score. And so for me, in that first leg, we did everything great. We had the possession, we did the passing, we had we had some chances. At the end of the day, though, what was the biggest problem in that first leg was the fact that we failed to really have any penetration in the game. Okay. We didn't have any penetration whatsoever, which costed us in the end, because if we were more clinical in our final third, we could have maybe walked out in the Napoli Stadium with a huge advantage, maybe a 2-1, 3-1, and almost this game would be irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that didn't happen, okay? And Napoli, for being that first leg, took a very, very defensive approach, and they almost parked the bus. They played in a 4-1-4-1 defensive formation. And there were just waiting for us to make a mistake, and they could use that to their advantage and counterattack. That's basically what their plan was. And it worked out, that mistake by Junior Firpo, Mertens scores, and all of a sudden we're trailing when we didn't expect to trail, and it was just such a goal that we didn't expect to concede. It was a bad timing, it was a bad pass, and I'm so glad that an individual made a mistake rather than a team, because if it was a team issue, they would be a whole lot more problematic. And so it's good to understand that mistake is easily avoidable. In the next game, we have to be very defensively aware. And Napoli's pace for me in the first half was huge. Mertens came really fast at us, and we couldn't deal with the Napoli's pace. And when Mertens came off injured, I feel like the game completely changed. And when Arthur Melo came on, that's when we started to have more control of the game. That's when we started to look like the real Barcelona, and we got that equalizer, that crucial equalizer that means so much for us. And the fact of the matter is, Napoli cannot come into the second leg and try to park the bus, okay? Because they cannot go through like that. A 0-0 scoreline does not benefit them. And in fact, it actually benefits us, because if it ends 0-0, we will qualify on away goals. And obviously, Napoli don't want to make it that easy for us. Napoli want to progress too. So I'm thinking that in the second leg, Napoli won't be playing in that 4-on-4 formation, because they don't have any choice. Because if they play in that formation, they ain't going to score, And the fact of the matter is that this is at the Camp Nou. This is at the Camp Nou, which is a completely different stadium than what Napoli played in. And I understand that there's no fans, which is a huge loss for us. Still, man, going to the Camp Nou is very intimidating. It's very difficult to get a result here. Barcelona have been really, really good this season at home. They've only lost one game and drew once this season at home. Actually, drew twice. And we have been really solid at home. This season, we've been solid at home. And even in the Champions League, too, we've actually gone 35 games, according to this insight here, 35 games unbeaten, which is incredible, And that, I feel like Napoli will be intimidated with that, knowing that they have to score in order to progress, Because let's be real here. Napoli don't have to come into the Camp Nou with the mindset of winning. They just need to get at least a draw, because a draw would benefit them. The only draw that won't benefit them is a 0-0 draw. Every other draw, 3-3, 2-2, 4-4, if that happens like that, then they're going to qualify on away goals. So Napoli are going to look to this game and try to score. Because our mindset for Barcelona, the mindset for Barcelona should be, we need to score in this game. Because if we do not score, it's going to put more pressure on us. It's going to put more pressure on us, and we got to take the game to the scruff of the neck, okay? So, let's go talk about the lineups I would go with for both teams. Let's start with Napoli's first. In my opinion, I think Napoli will play in a 4-3-3. I think Gennaro Gattuso will have the team playing a 4-3-3. And like I said before, guys, it's difficult to really call what he's going to play to start with. Goalkeeper. I feel like he might. I'm kind of conflicted between Ospina and Merritt, because both goalkeepers have been given a fair amount of chances. There's no really starting number one goalkeeper. Both goalkeepers pretty much have given equal time. The reason why I'm going Merritt, though, on this occasion is because of the fact that Ospina did play against us in the reverse fixture. So I'm thinking that Gennaro Gattuso would give Merritt a chance in this game. Like, this could be your last appearance this season. So I feel like he will give Merritt a chance here. Okay, left back, I think he's going to start Lorenzo. Like you said, I think that's I've seen Lorenzo be playing so many times, and he seems to be the undisputed left back. Manolas, I think, will also be playing, and I think Koulibaly was not there in the first leg, which is a huge boost for Napoli here. Koulibaly, we all know how good defensively he is. He is one of the world's best center backs. I know a lot of teams are trying to get him over the summer. And I think Koulibaly is a great center back here, and he's going to give us a lot of problems. So I think that's very interesting. And then the right back, Mario Rui. I think Mario Rui will play in this game. Okay? If there's any suspensions, let me know in the comment section below, because I didn't really take that into account. Okay? Center mid, Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz has been a really good he's been really good for Spain, and I honestly think he's going to be playing this game. And the fact that Kike Setien, he actually had managed Fabio Ruiz actually did used to play under Kike Setien, is very interesting here that he's going to go against his former manager here. And then the CDM spot, I feel like maybe Dem. I could also see Malaskivi. I could also see him playing this game. I'm not so sure about the DM. I'm going to go with Demi on this one. And then center mid, I'm going to go with Zelensky on this one. And the striker, I feel like he's going to do Mertens. I feel like Mertens is going to have a point to prove. I think he's going to be really, really hyped for this game. The fact that he signed a contract renewal is going to be massive. And I think he's going to have a point to prove. You know, he did score a goal against us in the first leg. So I honestly don't see any reason why he shouldn't start. And then left wing, I'm going to say Callahan, I think will play. And then right wing, Insigne. So I think that's going to be the Napoli starting 11. Like I said before, guys, it's difficult to really call what they're going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and just tell you guys what I'm thinking. So now here's the Barcelona starting 11. Goalkeeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I think you guys know this is a pretty obvious choice. Left back, Jordi Alba. And center back, I would start Gerard Piqué. Now, for me, I heard Araujo is fit. Araujo is supposed to be fit. Obviously, we have no idea about Samuel Umtiti here. I would start Piqué. You know, Piqué in the big games has always risen up, and I think this is a game for Piqué to play. And like I said before, guys, Piqué, for me, is a great center back. Nothing wrong with him. It's just lack of pace for me is the huge problem. And he's been a really reliable center back. You know, tackle. He's great on headers. You know, he's great at passing from the back. He's just, for me, all-around good center back. Just for me, he's just his age, man. And we don't really have any proper replacements for him at the moment. So I think Piqué will continue to play. And then Clement Lenglet, I think he should be fit for this game. So then right back, I would go with Nelson Semedo. I think Nelson Semedo is going to be playing. And then the CDM spot, De Jong, I think will be playing. I think De Jong has spoken in an interview that he wants to be playing this game. And I feel like De Jong will be given a chance. I could also see Rakitic starting, unfortunately. However, I feel like because of the fact that Rakitic really made our game really slow in the first leg, I think Kike Setien will be like, okay, I'm going to use De Jong in this game. Okay? And center mid, I'm hoping that Puig starts. Because, like I said, guys, Puig has been our best player in La Liga so far, just behind Messi, in my opinion. And Puig has been sensational. Insane, man. Center mid, I will also say Roberto. Striker, I'm going to put Antoine Griezmann. And left wing, I'm going to put Ansu Fati, and right wing, Lionel Messi. Now, I've heard that Kike Setien is looking to maybe do a 4-3-2-1. We could also have Suarez and Griezmann, or we can have a 3-5-2, or we can have a 4-3-3. I'm thinking that we should go with a 4-3-3 here. I'm thinking we should go with the 4-3-3, the 3-5-2, and the 4-3-1-2. For me, is very difficult to see because, like I said before, guys, I think Napoli are going to come at us with a defensive-minded approach. I don't think they'll go all out defensive like they did in the first leg. However, I do think they'll be defensive in some regard. I think they'll be waiting for us to make our move. And then maybe, I think what Napoli is going to try to do is maybe in this game is that try to keep the game open, and then maybe towards the latter stages of the game, like the 70th to the 80th minute, they're going to try to hit us one and get a 1-0 win at the Camp Nou. Which would see them through. So I think we should go with we should have Ansu Fati as our winger that can give us a width and give us a pace. Okay. Now I'm not starting Ousmane Dembele. For me, it's a big risk here. I don't think Dembele should be starting. I think Dembele should be on the bench. I think Suarez should be used as a substitute if necessary. Like I said, I feel like Suarez is a really good as a super sub. So I would give Dembele a chance off the bench if we really, really need, and Suarez as well. And I would also give maybe Rakitic a game if we really, really need. Like I said, Busquets and Vidal are both suspended, so obviously we cannot rely on either of them. And then potentially, I could see maybe Monchu. Monchu would be a good choice for me. Monchu could also play, and we could also have Conrad as well. So that's really it for the lineup, and I'm going to talk to you guys about where I think this game could be won or lost. I feel like this game could be won or lost on Barcelona's clinicality. Okay, I know this is a pretty obvious statement. I know that your goal is to score the most. In order to win, you got to score the most goals. But I seriously mean it in this game, though, because for me, we have to look at this game as very, very early as we can to take our chance. Because we saw in the first leg, Napoli, they were very good with their chances. You know, they forced ter Stegen to make so many saves, whereas we didn't really cause that much problems for Napoli defensively. You know, I feel like other than that Griezmann's goal, we really never really penetrated. I know Messi had a great shot that was saved by Ospina, and I feel like we're going to have to be very, very clinical here, and that we need to take the goal. We need to score within the first 20 minutes of the game, because if we score in the first 20 minutes of the game, I'm pretty confident that we're going to win. I'm pretty confident we're going to go to the Champions League quarterfinal. If we do not take the lead in the first 20 minutes, I'm going to be very worried. Okay, I'm going to be very worried, and I think Napoli are going to really hit us out. Because like I said before, guys, we have the pressure here. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, guys, the pressure is on Barcelona here to perform. Because if we do not perform here, we will get knocked out. And like I said before, guys, since the restart, we haven't played particularly too well at the Camp Nou, in La Liga. Like all of our great performances in La Liga after the restart have come away from home. So we really need to make sure that we're up for the task. We need to have more intensity. And we got to see this game out, not just the first 45 minutes. We have to do this game for the 90 minutes. Because that's another thing I've seen with Barcelona, is that we always play well in like the first half. And then for some reason in the second half, we never ever seem to take the game that seriously, and we seem to drop off. And I really, really think we cannot do that in this game, especially in the knockout stage. Maybe the group stage it can work, but certainly not in the knockout stage. Knockout stage, we cannot afford to do that. And we got to be very, very defensively solid. Because like I said, guys, any mistakes we can make, Napoli can pounce and counterattack and get that goal. So we have to make sure that we force the Napoli players into making mistakes so we can get that goal. Okay? So for me, this is a very, very important match. Now for time for my score prediction. This is where I think things will get interesting indeed. I'm going to go for Barcelona 2, Napoli 1. I'm going for a 2-1 win here. I could also maybe see a 3-1 win. And I'm going to say 2-1 win. I'm not confident that we're going to keep a clean sheet here. However, I am confident that we're going to score some goals today. And I'm confident that we're going to have a good game. I'm going to go ahead and say the goal scorers on the day are going to be Lionel Messi on the day. And I'm going to say Antoine Griezmann. I think Antoine Griezmann really needs a goal. I'm hoping that he scores at home this time. And like I said before, guys, that Griezmann goal at the San Paulo is huge, guys. That's a huge goal for us. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 win here. Let me know what you guys think below in the comment section below. Did I miss anything that is huge for the game? And what are your score predictions down below? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Remember, guys, the match will be taking place on August 8th, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Peace out.